Hello, beautiful people. How are you today? Okay, get serious. Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about how we lose friends, especially after we jackpot after relocation. And the friends I'm talking about are the friends we leave back home in your home country. The friends that used to be very close, used to be, everything's flowing, and then eventually you lose them along the way. So yeah, this happens a lot. So this is not like directed to anybody in particular, but if you feel affected by this, then fine, because I have actually lost a lot of friends. And yeah, it's good, it's fine. Like, friends are just around in your life for a season and for a reason, and some of them will never like stay forever. Some may stay forever, but most of them will not. So it's good, everybody moves on. So the first part of friends that you lose are the first ones you lose are the ones that get to have an idea of your plans to relocate, that they already know you're making plans to move, and they don't have those plans. They just feel like after everything you want to move, you want to leave them behind and everything. Some comes from the emotional part, others come from like jealousy, like resentment, like okay, like she wants to move and all that. So somehow it just creates a kind of jealousy. And because a lot of people see relocation as a kind of achievement. It is an achievement, but it gets to a lot of people. So sometimes you just lose friends from there. Those that encourage you, the ones that discourage you, the ones that deep down don't want you to achieve that dream. I just feel in those cases you should even be grateful, like you have a friend that is telling you her plans before she moves, because that takes us to the other part of friends that you lose, that they had no idea that you're moving ahead, you're relocating. So those first categories, they just lose hope, like okay, this person is planning to leave, this person is trying to go, so somehow they just start drawing backward from you, and then eventually you lose them along the way. So other ones are the ones that you lose when you relocate. Most times people from my country, especially, I don't know about other people, tend to hide the relocation plans like until it has matured, until you've even left. Some tell you once it has matured, some it's from an international number you get to know, some you just don't know. So majority do not tell people. I know people that left and they told nobody, sometimes even relatives. They told nobody, they didn't tell friends, and it was when they moved when they settled, that they will now reach out to you that I left, I'm no longer coming back, I'm now in Canada, I'm now in US, I'm now in the UK. So automatically that it just put a strain on that relationship, because person just feels I don't really mean a lot to you to have left without even telling me. So it just creates that like that barrier, like okay, I now know my place in your life, for you not to tell me that you've left until you leave. So automatically you just tend to lose those people. Most of the time you lose those people because they just feel they don't play a vital role in your life for you to live without even telling them. For me, that part, I don't really like that one, because if you have a friend, someone you call a friend, even though you want to keep, they say yes, if you have a big plan, keep it to yourself. But I feel if you have a good friend that you've come a long way, you should be able to let them know, make them have a hint, let them know that this is what I'm doing. But yeah, everybody to his own self, whatever you decide. But those are the kind of friends that you eventually lose along the way when you don't even tell them. I know people that left, even their next door neighbor did not know that they have left. I know of some people that they left on a Sunday when everybody had gone to church. It's like an apartment, and everybody moved to church and they left at that moment. And by the time neighbors came back, they thought, of course, everybody's in his house. It was after Monday, Tuesday, when one of the neighbors reached out, "Madam, I've not seen you for some time, are you okay?" And I said, sorry, I was looking for the best time to let you know we left, we've relocated, and like you went on vacation. No, like we left. So those kind of people, except those people really like you, they will still keep contact with you. But most time they just feel okay, I'm not really important to you for you to make this type of move. So somehow they just drop along the way, and then everybody moves on. So other categories of friends that you lose along the way are those that after moving, you guys do not just flow anymore. You do not just flow anymore. Your conversations are no longer the same. The time zone is no longer the same. Like your gist do not even rhyme anymore. You know, so if back home, let me wind down. It's hot. Canada is hot now. Okay, so if back home you were close, you used to gist, you used to talk about a lot of things, you have like minds, maybe you're having the same jobs, you do the same, you do gossips that you people relate to, like it doesn't flow anymore because you're here now, you started a new life, they're over there, and then everything just looks difficult to maintain, especially when it comes to time zone. Over here is like 6 to 7 hours difference depending on the season. So imagine when you are back from work, maybe from Nigeria, you're back from home from work, you have time to start gisting with me, and then that is the time I'm already going to bed, like good night, I'm going to sleep. And then by the time I wake up and I see messages that you dropped to me, I have to go to work, I cannot really respond. By the time I close, you are sleeping. So except if that friendship really is a lot to you, if it means a lot to you, you'll be able to keep up that kind of relationship, and where the both parties are deliberate and understand that she doesn't respond to me doesn't mean she's avoiding me. It means she's busy, depending on the nature of the job. Like the jobs over here, some jobs you cannot even use your phone while working except for on break. So imagine an 8-hour shift daily, you don't have access to your phone, and then there's a message hanging, and then the person is waiting for a response. So both parties have to understand and be deliberate about keeping that friendship. And it also means, it goes a long way to show how that relationship means to both parties, for you to maintain it long term, like over years, in different climate, different place, different locations, and you guys are still flowing, you're still just saying, it means there is that deep love between you people. But most times those relationships just die off gradually, you know, just gradually it dies off. The person over back home gets a new friend, you here also get a new friend, everything just dies down over time, you know. If, as I said, if the relationship means a lot to you, then even if you feel this person is no longer keeping in touch, you don't mind being the one always reaching out, and you don't see it as a big deal. But some friendships see it like it's one-sided, and then eventually they just stop also communicating, and that is how naturally everything just dies down. So that is another type of way people lose friends. So another one is where just because somebody relocates, there is this mentality, like there is this general mentality that when somebody relocates, the person is now better off than what he was in his home country. Most times, yes, it happens, but not always. It's not always true. And then it creates some kind of jealousy, some kind of enmity. You know, you just feel the person is over here, and the person not keeping in touch means the person is trying to like show off, or you've relocated, so now you're no longer, you don't see us as anything, that kind of talk, you know. And it doesn't always mean that way. You may just see it like that, this person has relocated, so she's not acting like a big girl, or she's now this, she's now that. It's not always the case. Sometimes financially you may be better off back home, like in terms of what you earn. Like if you're coming from a big job, there are people back home that monthly earn, as at the time I left, almost 3 million monthly, and then they leave. So those people leave not because of they're looking for a better income, or so it's other factors. So they come here, and then when you convert the income that they're earning here, it's maybe the same or a bit less, you know. So it doesn't really mean financially anybody that relocates is better off. It's just that it's over here, whatever you earn, it goes a long way to in your life, in your type of livelihood, you know. It goes a long way. You see it working, you see it like the taxes you pay, everything is working, system is working. So no matter how you, especially in a place like Canada, that even if you're a low income earner, you tend to even benefit from a lot of things from the government and all that. So it just creates that kind of enmity between friends, and then they just see, oh, she's better off, and she's, that kind of feeling of resentment and jealousy just creeps in, and the person just avoids, you know. And the other way around, how people also lose friends, is you that relocated to another country, you don't feel you're no longer on the same level with this person, the person is back home, you know. You just have that mentality, like you just grow boil on your shoulder, and then you feel you're now a big boy or a big girl. I cannot relate to these people anymore. I cannot relate to people back home. People will feel it. People will feel that kind of thing, and then they just keep off and stop the communication. Other ways is when you relocate and then your people back home, either friends, this one is both relatives and friends, they just decide to convert you to like an ATM. They feel, oh, sorry, you're now in Canada, you're now this, you're now a big girl, oh yeah, oh, come and help me, come and be giving me money monthly. Or see your daughter, or meaning their own children, your daughter just got admission to university or to secondary school, my wife just gave birth, then you're the first person that they remember to contact. They just turn it to a money machine, and it's so overwhelming because, as I said earlier, that I'm here doesn't mean financially I'm now a billionaire, like there's money everywhere. That I'm earning in dollars means I have so much money. Forgetting I also have responsibility. I have families, I have siblings back home, and then almost every month you make several demands. Like, I'm now taking care of my own family and your own family. Like, I don't know if the person is going to watch this video, but contacting me that I'm getting married, congratulations. No, that's not what the person means. Like, come and drop money, and then you wake up and you say another child, my wife just gave birth. I think are not easy. My wife just gave birth. For God's sake, like, I have things. So if something, I was telling my husband the other day, now all these demands, so who do we demand money from now? Like, if like something happens, God forbid, and we need money, who do we send message to that this one happened to me, or send money to me? Nobody. But you just find out so many people just feel because you've relocated, you are now in a better place to now be helping them. And this help is not something that you just feel, oh, this person, let me just help. It's like demands. If you ask a lot of people that have relocated, they want to abandon their Nigerian number. They want to abandon the number that they came in, because that one, almost everybody has it, and different demands come in. You can't even have a decent conversation with people back home. Not everybody, some people back home, like, how are you, how is everything, how is the family? They just find a way to just bring demands into it. Simple how are you, it's not easy. It's not the way you left Nigeria. Things are hard. Do you know this, do you know that? And the next thing, find something for me. Like, it's not financial. We don't have that kind of money now. We also have saving plans. We have things we use our salaries for. We have recurrent bills. We pay rent monthly. We pay rent and mortgages monthly. Like, it's a lot, and the environment just makes people abroad look like better financially. They just makes you look, you have money, you have this, like ordinary just simple picture you just snap and post makes you look like. I was saying my husband that like there's something in the camera setting when you just fly from Nigeria to abroad, and then there's a setting that just reset on your phone that just makes everything look so beautiful and everything, and people translate it to this person has money. So you cannot keep up with that kind of friendship that it's one-sided financially. The person is always making demand. Naturally, you just want to start keeping away from that person. You won't want to be reading the person's messages anymore, because it's mostly demand. You can't keep a decent friendship with such class of people. Honestly, not everybody, but few people do that. So somehow that relationship just wears up, either if it's a friend or a relative, and then everybody just moves on. And so overall, it is very hard to keep friendship when people relocate, except when both parties are very deliberate, and if that relationship means a lot to you. Even friends that all relocated together find it hard to keep in touch, because I feel people are even busier abroad. People are even busier when they relocate, because I just feel like Nigeria is like flexing. People work hard, but it's easier back home. Over here it's busy. You have a job per hour, you must pay for that hour. You must work within all those hours. Like I keep saying it, my job back home, it's so noisy. I was in business development, I was a marketer, but it was so flexible for me. It was so flexible. I go around visiting employers, and within that time I could go to a restaurant, eat, I could stay in my office, I could go to work late. It was so flexible. But over here, if you have a 9 to 5 or you're working on shift, it is very busy. You don't have a life. Like when you come back home, you are so exhausted, you don't even have strength for friendship or anything, except people that are deliberate, you understand? So overall it is a thing for people to lose friends. I personally have lost a lot of friends. Just over time, the conversations just start reducing, and it's fine. Some things happen and then we break up the relationship. Some of them do not understand. They do not want to understand the time difference, like getting angry that I didn't respond to you, getting angry I did not pick your video calls. Like, how will you be calling me? I work in a bank, I work with people. How will you be calling me video call, and then the call reaches me at the time that I'm actively working? Even if I don't have a customer in my phone, I cannot start talking video call because I have to first go and look for my AirPod to put in my ear so that nobody hears the call. And it's different when it's an audio call or a video call, and I'll have to cut it. And this particular friend, most times when she calls and I join, it's not only her. Maybe there's like 2-3 people in the video call, and then they'll be like, oh, let's try her if she's going to join. And then I join and everybody is there, and there is no prompt like, are you available for a video call? You don't just call like that. And I keep telling you, like, madam, count it. That time she has closed, she has had her bath, she had her dinner, she's lounging on the bed and resting. I'm actively working at that time. I keep telling you, I'll cut the call and message you that, sorry, I'm busy, I'm at work, and then you pick up. I cannot keep that kind of friendship, you know. Even my mom calls me, she's, after almost 3 years, she still finds it hard to calculate the best time to call me. So my sister always tell her, mommy, if you want to call her at this time, count backward in 6 hours and see she's still working. She works a 9 to 5, she closes 5. So don't call at this time, you know. So like a 4 p.m. for me is like 10 p.m. back home. So imagine she's home 6 p.m., 7, 8 p.m. and she remembers to call me. I'm working at that time, I won't pick. I can't pick. So that's why I say one has to be deliberate and understanding when you want to keep a friendship. Like me, I cannot now call that I'm active now, I'm ready to talk, and I'll not start calling you and waking you up from sleep. I dropped a message to my sister last night. No, maybe she saw me online and she messaged me, and it was 1 a.m. here, and she wanted to follow up on a conversation we're having. I saw her message, I just replied her 1 a.m. and I went back to bed because I woke up to pee, and I just checked my WhatsApp and I saw her actively typing. I know she was typing plenty things. I just replied 1 a.m. for her to know that I'm not replying you, I'm going back to sleep. Like, I cannot, and I have a very short span. Like, when I wake up in the night, I can't go back to sleep. So I don't want to prolong the time I'm awake in the night because I won't be able to sleep again, you know. So one has to be very deliberate. Losing friends over time is normal, it's okay. Friends come into your life for a reason, for a particular season. If you're lucky, you have them stay all through your lifetime, which is good, but don't beat yourself to it, especially when you try to sustain that friendship and it doesn't work. You move on and create new ones, and everybody's fine, you know. So yeah, I hope this video makes sense to anybody watching this. If it does, please drop a comment and like this video. See you in my next one. Bye.